It's adventure time!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Video and my channel are sponsored by Untap.gg. Want to go and check out the sweet stats of your decks? Look at version history, and look at the decks that other people are playing so you can best pick out what to play in the metagame. I recommend Untap.gg. They're fantastic as a tool to help you be a better Magic the Gathering Arena player. And if you'd like to check it out, it is in the description of this video, so you can click that link, download Untapped, and give it a try. Hello everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing Lozhan. This deck is actually a couple weeks, months maybe, old, but I've made a couple small updates to it because of Brothers War, and I've included probably the best and biggest change that this deck has had since I built it, which is Swiftfoot Boots. That's right, the retro artifacts are here in Arena, which means that finally you can protect your commanders without using counter spells, which is the unfortunate tendency when I'm building a deck in blue. But no, I want this deck to have adventures and dragons, because Lozhan Dragon's Legacy is a flyer where whenever you cast an adventure or a dragon spell, Lozhan deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target that's not a commander. The "it's not a commander" part, by the way, is definitely, like, I've messed that up before. Hopefully I don't mess it up in this video. So, looking at this deck, what do you see? Okay, dragons, dragons, alright. Dragons, spells with adventures, oh, okay, and dragons. We're blending just the best adventure spells, not all of them, but the ones that I think are relevant in Brawl, and then dragons, 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 and more dragons. You've probably seen me run a couple dragons decks before, because I know what I like, and it's dragons. Is dragon starting to not become a word? Because it should be. So, we're going to head into the queue with our, wait for it, dragons. Our first opponent is running Urza, Lord Protector. That is the Urza with Meld. This Urza discounts artifacts, instants, and sorcery spells, but more importantly, this Urza becomes Urza Planeswalker if you meld him with the Might Stone and Weak Stone. So hopefully we're gonna blast them into smithereens with our commander before that happens. Alright, so right now we've done our little bit of ramping. We can actually go for Fable of the Mirrorbreaker or Relic of Legends or Gadrick. I'm going to be playing Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. This card is not an adventure or a dragon. It's glue. This is a card that lets me clone dragons. It lets me ramp, it lets me fix, it lets me filter. Honestly, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker is a card that I'd consider an auto-include in many red decks at this point. Which is too bad, because I don't like when there are auto-include cards. I wish there were fewer of those. I'm going to drop Gadrick the Crown Scourge here, because unfortunately, I just don't think he's going to be doing that much defending or attacking in this game. But this is a nice little piece to have, a Spit Flame. And I'm gonna spit right on Urza's face. Don't you all wish you could do that? Don't you all wish that you could just spit on Urza's face? I know I do. So our goblin swings in, and our Orb of Dragonkind can only be used to create dragon casting mana. So it's just gonna chill right here. If you're wondering why I didn't play Relic of Legends first, or anything along those lines. Oh, hey, Narset. Narset's gonna prevent card draw, which I have a tiny bit of card draw here. Something kind of fun here is we do have an ability to deal direct damage to planeswalkers with Sarkhan, Dragon Soul. That flips. We're playing our land. I'm going to, I think, attack the Narset rather than their face. We know they have that Tezzaret there. And now I'm just eyeing this Sublime Epiphany. Sublime Epiphany, I feel, is the right move here. I do not have many counterspells in this deck. I believe there's two. Outside of, there's a third one, which is on an adventure. Hello, would you like to cast your scary, spooky, awful, terrible, mean, gross, nasty spells? Because I would like a second reflection of Kiki Jiki so I can do More keekin' and jeekin'. Mirror breaking? That doesn't sound as fun. Wrath of God! Yeah, you know, I actually really don't want you to do that. Let's go ahead and throw that back in your hand, make a copy of that, and I can't actually draw the card, but I'm going to say I can anyway. I'm expecting them, by the way, to have a counterspell here. Just kidding. They just had a board wipe. So, I guess that's pretty neat, huh? Good game? More blue, more artifacts. It's Tezzaret, Master of the Bridge. Now really is a prime time to play these artifact-themed commanders. Tezzaret was actually a box topper card from War of the Spark, and a really good one that just was a little too expensive and didn't have artifacts to support him for tournament play. Tezzaret, Master of the Bridge, though, is a really cool card, which I would say gets referred to as the Claw on our channel. And you'll see why if he lands and uses his plus ability, which is the Claw. Alright, so I started with some ramp, just as they have with their Mind Stone here. We've got Herald's Horn or Dragonlord Serpent. I'm going to start with the Serpent to let me hold up Wash Away. There's a very, very small chance they'll be able to cast Tezzaret here. But for some reason, you can generate 3 black mana for the low cost of 1 black mana in this format. Oh, hey, Karn! This Karn does not have a sideboard, but it can still animate things. Alright, just gonna chill there, I guess. And I'm going to enjoy my discounted dragons. Do I want the Thunderbreaker Regent? Do I want Galazeth Prismari? I'm gonna go for Galazeth Prismari. She's gonna come in with a treasure token. I'm gonna bop into Karn. Bop! Great boppin'. Now, if they'd like to, they can cause some problems. They could animate this to get rid of my treasure. Oh, look at it! Okay, so they gave me a Power Stone, which I can't use because activated abilities of artifacts I control can't be activated. How rude, Karn. How rude. Now, excuse me, there's a spider in my way. I'm gonna slam into Karn for his crimes, for his transgressions. They also, by the way, do have this Power Stone. Hello, yes, I can't use that until I destroy you, Karn. Is it time? Is it Tezzy time? They've obliterated the Power Stone, which they gave me. They've animated it, turning it into a 0/0, which does nothing, because it's dead. Just in pepperonis. And here's a Sculpting Steel. What are you going to copy? Arcane Signet. Nice. I was wondering if they would copy the Midnight Clock or Signet. Bing bong. I guess I'll just go into combat and try to smack down Karn. Nice. Got there. I think that holding up the Wash Away is a good idea here, so I'm just going to play the Herald's Horn naming Dragon, because this is a Dragon tribal deck at its heart. And that gives us Wash Away or Scorching Dragonfire. Chromatic Orrery. Ooh, that's big ramp. And hello, Herald! They can sacrifice artifacts to give creatures -2/-2. What am I discarding? I think discarding. There's a Fabled Passage on top of my deck, and I'm just going to play this and crack it open. Get myself a bit more mana. Would it be time? Would it be time for my commander, for Lozhan? She just dies so easily. Dies so easily. How about we go for, instead, Kairi, the Swirling Sky. Reasoning, big dragon. honestly all the reasoning you need. She does have Ward, which makes her a little bit harder to hit with the Herald of Anguish's abilities. That's a meaty hooky macaroni! Everybody dies! Okay, so right now we do have a spell we could recur. Or we could just bounce a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna bounce a bunch of stuff. So let's hit the token because it's free. 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems pretty good. Hello there, Midnight Clock. Welcome back. And a Sculpting Seal to copy. The Orrery's legendary. I think you go for the Midnight Clock. Maybe they just don't want it to, like, cycle through twice. I would like it. But I suppose I'm not them. How about that? Lozhan! And we'll go ahead and put this down for red. We have a Lozhan on the battlefield, so it will come in untapped. Because this is their commander, by the way, I can't deal the damage to them. Here comes Tezzaret! And I'm gonna counter him. They can play him again. They have tons of mana, but it's going to be a turn because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, wait, they can play him right away. I thought they only had 7. Here he is. It's Tezzaret, Master of the Bridge. And here's the Claw. I was obscuring it for a second, but I'm sure we'll see it again. Everybody loves the Claw. A dragon! Oh, it's Drakaseth. That's a big dragon. And I would like to deal 7 damage, yes. I can't deal it to their commander, though, because a certain somebody doesn't like exploding commanders for some reason I haven't figured out yet. Lozhan, why? Lozhan, why can't you explode commanders? I know it's to make, like, Baldur's Gate Limited more fun, but still. But still. This card was printed as part of one of the Commander Legends set, Battle for Baldur's Gate. This is the arena printing of it, so it has the same text, but it makes a little less sense in a format where there was never any casual draft commander shenanigans. Oh, dearest Tezzaret, would you please give me the Claw? They drew cards. Card draw's cool. Drakaseth is ready to finish the fight, though. If this dragon attacks in, I'll get to deal 4 damage to one target and 3 to 2 others if there are targets. Right now, it looks like I'd be dealing 4 to Tezzaret, 3 to their face, and then letting the rest just vanish because I don't need to deal damage to any other targets. They still have 5 mana. There's the Claw again. And they're going to take a hostage. Who's it going to be? Maybe Drakaseth? Stopping me from attacking in. Very smart. But they can't replay it right now. Wait a minute. Oh, they can! Tezzaret has a passive ability that's creature and planeswalker spells you have affinity for artifacts. That's terrible! For me. Yikes. Well then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Sorry, Drakaseth. But, like, I had to do it to him. And we're gonna smash into Tezzaret again. They can replay him. Again. So Tezzaret now costs 10 mana, but they have far more than 10 mana. Here comes Tezzy, about to hit me again with the claw. And look at this. We are getting low on life. Right now they have 4 artifacts. Feels low, actually. I feel like you should play a couple more. Maybe bring some back from the graveyard. Do you even have any in the graveyard? They do. They have the spider. Aww. He's just a little guy. A little guy who would trade with my commander, Lozhan. Oh, Hangerback Walker. Oh, no! That's more damage and more pain. When this dies, it explodes into many, many Thopters, which could be an issue for me. Just a small issue. Well, here's an orb. We're gonna use some of that orb's mana. Deal 4 damage to Hostage Taker. We could kill the Hangerback Walker here, but I feel like it doesn't help us that much. Nope, and nope. Devastator there, you over here. And I'm just gonna hang out with the Rimrock Knight. With the Meat Hook Massacre, this dying also gets kind of extra scary. Because they get 1 death off this, and then even more off the little weenies. It also makes the claw even scarier. And now, we die. Good game, Tezzaret. Oh, and I guess Karn Silex is here too. Yeah, why not? Death to the claw! Titania, Voice of Gaia. Being played by Hoopo! I love Hoopos! Titania, Voice of Gaia gains you life when you manage to put a land into your graveyard and melds with Argoth? I'm gonna say Argoth. In order to become Titania Gaia Incarnate. I'm so bad at saying these words. Yeah, she's one of the new meld commanders. Yeah, I could go for Rimrock Knight. Just get some nice early aggro. Sure, their commander's a 3-4, but I'm a 3-1. Just kind of here to be annoying. The way of the dragon. Druid class, that's going to gain them life, let them play extra lands. I could ramp with the Lapis Orb, or I could play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I'm going to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker because, I've said this before, it's a really good card. Really, really good card. It's going to give us this Goblin, which attacks in and creates treasure tokens. They're going to gain life. And they're going to make it so they can play an additional land on each of their turns. You have another land on hand? They do! It's Cabretti Courtyard, which goes into their graveyard. This would be better, of course, if they had Titania out. But they're also just looking to get to 4 lands in the graveyard, so if they manage to get Titania and Argoth out, they meld. Aha! A land! Do I want to discard anything here? You know, I don't. We're gonna swing in. And I think I'm going to just play Terror of the Peaks. Because we're up against a mono green deck, I don't feel like my creatures are in that much danger of being destroyed or removed from the battlefield. In this way, when we cast another creature and it enters the battlefield, including, by the way, this flipping and entering the battlefield, we're gonna deal some damage. Our Promise. This lets them tutor for the land. So they're gonna get probably some functional land, maybe a Field of Ruin or a Ghost Quarter, and the other half of Titania. I think it will be a land that sacrifices, though. Okay, Broker's Hideout. So it's going to automatically sacrifice itself to bring them to 3 lands in the graveyard. I like that. That's a cool move. Also, if they manage to melt, they will get all those lands in their graveyard back. I just think it's neat. So with Argoth, they just need one more land in the grave. They could sacrifice Blast Zone. That would work. And I'm able to get to 5 mana here, which is not enough to hold up Sublime Epiphany. That said, I'm just going to keep on laying down the beats. You might be able to have Titania, the giant monster, but she transforms during upkeep. And I'm going to try to kill you before you ever get that upkeep. They did mill something that turns into a land, though isn't a land. They could play Titania and cycle this to gain 2 life, but I don't think that gets them out of here. They're in a dire situation. Titania has reach! And Elvish Reclaimer, seeing so many lands in the graveyard, it gets big. So, Titania can't even quite transform here, and I think they're pretty dead, because here is Terror of the Peaks 2, the sequel to Terror of the Peaks. We'll throw down our Reckless Barbarian, or we could just attack. I think it's nicer of me to just attack, so we'll just attack in the air and win the game. Love it! There's nothing scarier than a feral wizard, because a feral wizard is a wizard with no boundaries. A wizard who believes that magic should be anything they want it to be. And this feral wizard is playing Muldrotha the Gravetide. Muldrotha is all about recasting permanents and replaying lands from the graveyard. Muldrotha is pretty scary. She's big, she's goopy. She freaks me out a little bit. Also, because we are in blue-red, we don't have a lot of graveyard hate. But you know what we do have? Hopes, dreams, and the belief in the dragons. Also, if you're wondering what this weird glowing patch is next to me, that's light coming through my window. I have closed the blinds as much as I can, but there's a plant in the way, and it makes it so I can't close them anymore. There's like a little patch of light coming through right now. Hello, Muldrotha. Mana, you say? I too have lands. Alright, well, we're not doing anything until turn 4. Whoa, Cloud Key? Artifact. Is this a Muldrotha artifacts deck? That's interesting. I have not run into a Muldrotha artifacts deck before. I have actually run into themed Muldrotha decks. Like, I've run into Muldrotha Enchant, Muldrotha with, like, Amori as a companion, Oops All Creatures. The artifacts is catching me by surprise. It's also possible, by the way, that they just named Artifact, knowing they had this Gilded Lotus and they wanted to cast it cheaper. Yeah, this is also we're still in normal stuff territory. And I am in Destroying an Ornithopter of Paradise territory. Now they can replay that from the graveyard. That is what Muldrotha does. Sacrificing a land and ramping even further. They had enough mana there to cast their commander, but I guess they didn't want to. Yeah, they had mana to like cast their commander and replay something from the graveyard. Oh, tutors. I trust not the deck that tutors. Well, I'm going to discount my dragons. That's a perpetual discount. So it's going to follow between zones. And I'm going to play Lathless Dragon Queen. And I'm going to really hope that they don't have, oh, I don't know, Binding the Old Gods or a similar destructive permanent. But playing a Mastermind's Acquisition makes me think they're playing a combo. Final Parting. So they've put one card in their hand. Now they're going to put another card in their hand and a card into their graveyard. What could the combo be? Well, they have to search out the two cards. We'll get to see the one that gets put into their graveyard. Ew, Key to the Archive. Well, that's just a good card. It doesn't really combo with anything. They can just bring it back with Muldrotha if they get one more mana source out. No, they don't even need one more because of the Cloud Key. Well then. Ominous Traveler. Just a value-generating alchemy card that's going to let them get... It's like a tribal card from Innistrad and put it into their hand. And when that comes out, this goes back. Weird, wild, wacky. Okay. How about I make some dragons? What if I made more dragons? Alright. And what if I attacked you in the air for 7? Now with 5 mana, I knew I didn't have any instant speed interaction, so it was either set up for lethal next turn and hope that whatever they tutored for, remember, they tutored twice, doesn't just destroy me. And yes, the dragon engines are dragons. It's a great card to throw in this deck because there aren't that many super strong, cheap dragons out there, and this is one. Ooh! It's colorless removal. Well, it doesn't remove colorless things, it removes, and it is colorless. You know what I'm saying. It's Ugin, who cannot be effed. Ugin the Ineffable. Going to discount any colorless cards they might have in hand by 2. So if they have any colorless artifacts, they'll be discounted by 3. Now we do have 4, 10, 20 damage in the air, plus activating Lathless. Do you think that the Feral Wizard is on some next level big brain game plan? Or do you think that they were just tutoring for random cards? Because I really don't know what's happening. Okay, not destroying Lathless. We still have lethal. Yep. Still just got lethal. Go, my dragons! Fly, my pretties! Yep. That's a scab. So it seems like they were trying to do a big Paradox Engine combo, but they were a little too slow for it. Which means they're not there. And we win the game! Rev up those engines because it's Ramos! Dragon Engine. Our opponent's 5 colors of multicolored fun. Ramos is a very unusual commander in that he gets bigger based on the number of colors cast. Also can generate 10 mana. There are some insane things you can do with Ramos, and I'm going to hope my opponent doesn't manage to do them. I'm going to start with that Rimrock Knight, because damage. I want to deal damage. I want to deal damage really, really fast, right at the start of the game, because I feel like they're going to outvalue me really quickly. They're also going to outramp me. Rimrock Knight's getting in. I could bounce that Arcane Signet. I could play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I could get this orb down, which would possibly set up for Lozhan next turn. I'm gonna go for Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This is like the theme of the day, is turn 3 Fabled Mirror Breaker. Like, this card is good. How do you do, fellow gamers? Did you know that this is a good card? And now I'm regretting not bouncing that, because on turn 3, they've dropped Key to the Archive, which gives them 2 more mana and a stupid, scary spell. It's so frustrating that this card does what it does. Kami War! I am going to discard. I'm going to discard Scorching Dragonfire. And that's it. Ah, Opportunistic Dragon. Perfect! I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Key to the Archive and put it in my pocket. Now I cannot use this for mana. In fact, it has no abilities right now. Just a stupid rock that I have in my Dragon's Hoard. Oh, Opportunistic Dragon, you are one of the best flavor wins. So if you don't know this card, 4 mana, 4/3 flyer. Very cool. On top of that, it takes dragons or humans, it takes humans or artifacts and just kind of hoards them off to the side while it's on the battlefield, which is just so funny. I love this card. What do I want to do? I could double ramp, I could play Wrathful Red Dragon. I could actually ramp and play the Wrathful Red Dragon if I attack on the ground, and I think I will, because I want to. I could also, like... Oh, this is, by the way, it's not an online permanent. I actually messed that up. I thought it was. Nope, whatever. Joda, get out of here. Bring them down to 5. That seems fun. I thought that this was return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. No, that's not quite it. Demonic Tutor. Do you think they're gonna get a board wipe? Okay. They didn't. And we won! I was thinking it's gonna be Settle the Wreckage. That's why I was going to play Wrathful Red Dragon, make a clone of it, and attack with just like a little bit of damage down there. But no, I guess it wasn't a board wipe. Whoops! Good game, Ramos! This is like the 5th game today that was Urza Lord Protector. Stop being Urza! I'm still gonna play against you this time. But stop being! Yes, hello. This is my version of a greeting. I actually haven't brought this up yet, this video. Do you see how my commander, or not my commander, my avatar is Post Malone? And how my only 3 emotes are these? Yeah, we'll see, there was an event. Post Malone had an event in Arena. And if you cloned the decks from that event, you were able to take the avatars and then build decks on those cloned decks. So we have a Post Malone avatar. And I just think that's neat. Dragon Speaker Shaman. Double discounting my dragons. Which, by the way, Lozhan only cares about the actual mana value of spells, which is great, because next turn we can go Lozhan into Gadrek and deal 3 damage to whatever we want, except for Urza, because we can't hit commanders. Just kidding. No, we can't, because they have said... no. They said no. They said, March of Otherworldly Light, you never had a creature, and you never will have a creature. I've actually not, like, ever interacted with Post Malone in person, but I have only heard good things. Everything I've heard about people, like hanging out with Post Malone, playing Magic with him, has been very positive. So, in this channel, we say, good on you, Post Malone. You've got some great bangers. I hear them on the radio, because I still listen to the radio sometimes. And, god damn it, Urza, don't play this card! I hope you leave. Oh my god, no! It's free. Urza makes it so these cards, which normally cost their actual mana, but they can be cast for any color, cost 0. I don't like you, Urza. You hear that? I don't like you. I'm going to attack you with Iymrith. I also really don't like this card. Tome of the Infinite is a mistake. I will channel my Urza hate through my Mishra, my inner Mishra. Mishra, not a great guy. In fact, absolutely terrible guy. I know, I read the Brothers War book. And you know what? He's right to hate his brother. And Urza's right to hate Mishra, because they're both terrible. Excuse me? You're pondering in this economy? I might just have to River's Rebuke next turn. In fact, I think I will. Are you gonna crack that Mind Stone? There it is. It's Mind Stone. I'm surprised I didn't lead with the Cloud Key. Go for the big old discounts. So what I liked about that River's Rebuke is that Iymrith has Ward when she's untapped, which means they can't easily remove it until I get to swing in again and do big, cool dragon stuff. Big, cool dragon stuff. Alright, I'm actually going to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker first. So I have fewer cards in hand. Then I'm going to attack with Iymrith, who's going to draw me 2 cards. Nice. There's a land. There's Lozhan. And now if we play Dragaseth, that's 7 damage to their face. Hello, Urza, you big jerk. Alright, so Cloud Key costs less with Urza on the battlefield. And they named artifacts. Okay. And they're time warping. Alright, of course, they're time warping. They're a blue deck after all. Why shouldn't they time warp? So they'll take an extra turn, one after this one. Here comes Tome of the Infinite and Solemn Simulacrum. They actually do not have mana to activate Tome of the Infinite here because of how they tap to this turn. You need blue mana. Now I hope that you get nothing. Nothing useful. Tome of the Infinite is so frustrating because the cards it generates... By the way, 1 mana tap, draw a card would be crazy. 1 mana tap, draw an extremely powerful card? That's wild! That's wild! Vanishing Light's gonna hit my commander. I will return my commander, because I don't have that many ways to remove that from the battlefield. And they're gonna kill Iymrith. How rude. And we still don't know what mystery spell they got. Are you attacking me? No, me and my goblin are going to live forever. Discard up to 2 cards. I actually will drop the Scorching Dragonfire. It can get rid of the Solemn Simulacrum. But just imagine, Amy, if you will, a world where they don't have Tome of the Infinite. Because we have Tome of the Infinite. We can't actually activate it, but we have it. No abilities, doesn't matter. It's mine. And next turn, we can start unleashing the clones. I can clone using Geeky Jeeky with some booties on our opportunistic dragon, which will allow us to take each of their artifacts for half a turn. And yes, we did have the option of kidnapping Urza, but I'm not that scared of Urza. Urza is a 2/4. It's gonna further discount things, but they have tons of lands. And until they get the Might and Weak Stone, Urza's, you know, he's a 3-cost creature. He's not really causing me that much distress. Not like Tome of the Infinite is. This card makes me angry. Get a load of this guy swinging in. Alright, but, like, what if Rakaseth had little booties on? No little booties, you say? Okay, then. Reflection of Kiki Jiki. What if you had little booties on? And what if you copied the opportunistic dragon? And what if that copy of the opportunistic dragon said, this is mine, or this is mine, or this is mine until end of turn? Yeah, we're gonna kidnap Urza until the end of turn. He's my boy. I brought him from home. Alright, so they actually destroyed the original dragon. Hit that Tome of the Infinite. I hate that. And they're fogging so they don't get dealt damage. That was very rude. All of that was very rude. They're activating Tome again. You gonna attack me for 2? A hasty Lozhan. That's alright. Oh, you're cute. Did you really like Sarkhan? But I'm actually just going to crack open a clue. Check out what's on top. Try playing Sarkhan. I don't know, I feel like it's not gonna resolve for some crazy reason. And I guess I'll attack in with the reflection of Kiki Jiki. Settle the wreckage! Okay, sure. Basics for me! Two by two, they'll deal this damage. Oh, to be force spiked. For free. I'm gonna pay 2 life here. Lozhan. Lozhan wears tiny booties. Lozhan kills. I'm sorry. Did you just try to cast a spell that costs 3 or less? That's crazy. Oh, well, now I'm just angry. You're gonna say another fog? Okay. Okay, fine. You gonna gain life? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna sip my coffee. It's cold. It's cold coffee. I hate you, Urza. I hate you, Tome of the Infinite. I hate you, Tom, Dick, and Larry. Oh, what are you doing with that? Why are you restoring a Ganjo? What could you bring back off that? Probably nothing. They haven't played that many permanents. Oh, they could bring back Mind Stone. They're gonna hit me for another 4. And if you got... I know they didn't get Fog. They got Dark Ritual. Guess they could bring back Wrath. Yeah, Wrath would be drawing tons of cards with Tome of the Infinite. Urza now wears tiny whittle booties. Hypnotic Sprite. Put on these boots. They were meant for walking. And then we're gonna put the boots back on Lozhan. We're gonna pretend we have a spell. Even though we don't. But imagine if we did. While I was checking my phone for urgent notifications, have they decided what they wanted to discard in return? They dropped Doomscar, and they're getting... I guess Wrath would be lethal, wouldn't they? Okay, well, they didn't pick Wrath. The way Wrath would be lethal, by the way, is not because he could attack, but because he could buff. He could give creatures +1/+1 in vigilance. Oh! They could give Oswald the booties! And attack me with Oswald wearing cutie little boots! Oh! But they passed the combat. And they missed the lethal. And you know what? I'm gonna say that we deserve this. Die! Die! Yeah! Got him! Love it when it works. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to watch me record this live, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I hang out with cool people in the Twitch chat, and we talk about stuff like dinosaur bones and Hawaii. But not dinosaur bones on Hawaii, which reminds me, are there dinosaur bones on Hawaii? I want to know. If you know, tell me in the comments. Bye!